I woke up this morning so excited because I felt like I'd kicked jet lag. And then right as we're getting ready to leave right now, I just feel like this fog over my eyes. Yeah, still got the JL and KL.
I love you. Now let me play you some beautiful music, you know, so there's this feeling like they're gonna do whatever they want and assert their own will and not worry about how it's being understood.
We're up and out for a little bit of exploration this morning in Kuala Lumpur, as whenever I start filming, the loudest truck in the world always drives by. We're just exploring today, and then the plan is to end at the towers and shoot photography at the towers. I've got the tripod back there. Jody's starting a vlog, and that vlog should be online somewhere around November 8th or something like that. So we're going around exploring, doing some shooting for her vlog, for this vlog, just for life, exploring for life, and that should be fun. And then hopefully we'll get a spot for photography for sunset. So let's start the day by crossing this road without getting hit by cars.
Understood or whatever. Yeah, the wonderful thing about that is that it speaks to people.
It is kind of hot this morning, a little bit muggy, and it does actually feel really nice to have some warmth and humidity on me for a change. We're headed to a place to get breakfast called VCR, or maybe for my jet lag, a little bit more importantly than the breakfast, like a bucket worth of coffee. It's a push door.
Maybe you like it.
The good news is that was delicious. Delicious. The good news is that was delicious, and I feel revitalized and re-energized by the food. The bad news is I might be too full to walk to Chinatown, but I'm gonna try anyway. Our next stop is the flea market in Chinatown. Let's go.
It's the loneliest number since the number one.
When you talk to locals in Kuala Lumpur and in Malaysia in general, people are pretty proud about the fact that they're kind of like a tri-nation, or a country of three nations. There's Chinese people, there's Indian people, and then there's Malaysian people, and they all kind of coexist here. And Kuala Lumpur is a great example of all three. You have Little India, which we're gonna visit later on today, and we got Chinatown, which is starting right there. We're starting with the flea market. I'm gonna take out my 16 to 35 millimeter lens and maybe shoot some street photography stuff in there. With the wide angle, when I started photography, I shot a lot of street photography, and I did mostly on prime lenses, especially 50 millimeters, 85 millimeters. As I've kind of grown as a photographer, more and more, I've learned to love the wide angle and getting really close to people and getting that intimate portrait with a wide angle lens, that environmental portrait. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and hopefully we can get some cool shots here. Chinatown.
The loneliest number that you'll ever do. Since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number.
Durian, absolutely the worst. Durian ice cream? Yeah. The market's kind of hilarious because basically everything there is kind of fake, or really fake actually.
Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one.
We're heading over to Merdeka Square and maybe checking out this mosque as well on the way.
It's the loneliest number since the number one.
I was loving the heat before. I'm kind of dying right now. My body's just not acclimatized to the heat. and I'm just like dripping sweat. It's so humid here in Kuala Lumpur. It's not even that hot. It's like 28, 30 degrees, but I'm dying from the heat. I think I need to head inside, find some AC, and maybe some coffee before shooting tonight. On another note, we're walking around, we're at this square, the main square, and there's this beautiful building over here. This old building back here in the background, and I think that maybe tomorrow night at sunset, I'll come here and shoot that building because it's absolutely beautiful. And I love the contrast you have here, this really old building, and then you've got like the skyscrapers of glass and steel behind it. Love it. So that place we had breakfast, brunch this morning was kind of touristy, a little bit expat-y. This place is definitely a local spot. We were the only tourists here and it was phenomenal, so good. Now it's off to Little India for some lunch. The contrasts of the city are almost comical. You go from one neighborhood to another and the identity shifts like instantly. We're in Brickfields now in Little India. The people are Indian, the music is Indian, the food is Indian, and it just feels like being in India. It's absolutely strange to me. And I think we're gonna grab some lunch now, and then I'm gonna get the camera gear out and photograph, I think, Petronas Towers. I think that's the plan today. I was legit dying from the heat and humidity, needed a bit of a reprieve, so we headed back to the hotel, cooled off in the swimming pool, which was really nice, and now we're heading out for a little bit of sunset shooting if we don't get hit by cars. We're heading to Petronas Towers now. It doesn't look like we're gonna get a sunset. It's just really overcast, but no matter what the weather's like, you can always kind of shoot skyscrapers, cityscapes like this in the blue light. So that's what we're gonna do. Found KLCC Park, towers behind us. Now time to find a foreground for this shot. I was hoping for some like fountains or a little bit of a water body or something, and it looks like maybe up this way. So maybe only got like 15 minutes to shoot, so I'm gonna stop vlogging and I'm gonna start shooting, and I'll share with you guys what I'm doing once I get set up. So this is a struggle to shoot actually, just because the towers are so massive and they're not really balanced in front of this pond. This pond isn't built for the towers, I don't think, or maybe it is, but it's not built for photographers. So I'm really struggling to find balance in my image. And so I'm trying something a little bit different. You can see Jodi's in the background. She's posing and trying not to move for 30 seconds because I'm doing a 30-second long exposure photo, not of the towers, but of the reflection of the towers down here with Jodi in the frame, and it's just finished, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks really cool. It's something a little bit different. Maybe not the best image I've ever taken, but it's something different, and I like it. I guess it's time to try a couple more compositions before the light disappears, and then I guess that's it for tonight. because that's definitely not the type of place you can just rock up and shoot and hope to get good images. That was a challenge. It's just really hard to find symmetry in the landscape around the towers, but still an absolutely beautiful place. And even though I don't think I got like a killer mind-blowing image, I think I got a couple that I like. So I'm happy with the way today went. I'm kind of getting acclimatized to the time and the weather slowly, but I'm still jet lagged and still sweating buckets. And hopefully that stops tomorrow. On tomorrow's episode, we're touristing around Kuala Lumpur, heading to Batu Caves and maybe checking out some of the mosques and stuff like that. So I hope I see you guys there. Peace.